What's up, guys? Are you feeling like you're using these overcome objection techniques that are flooding in the market, but they're still just simply not getting people from a no to a yes? Meaning maybe you do the wife objection, right? And you're working with them, you're using a word tracks, you're going through all the stuff that you were taught through courses, mentorships, online, free content. But at the end of the day, the person would still go, look, I still have to speak to my wife. Like, this all sounds good. I hear what you're saying and I'm into this, but I still ethically, we make decisions together. I still have to talk to my wife. You know, if you're using these objection techniques, but you're not actually getting people from a no to a yes, I want to show you here what that shift was that really got people from a no to a yes for me and for everybody that we coach. And if you don't know, very quickly, because I like to get right to the content and right to stuff that's actually going to help you, is Jonathan Gilardi. I have run $1 million sales teams, multiple different sales teams. I was IT closer and the best one in all the companies I sold for upwards of 8+ years. And I also started Sales Igniters. Sales Igniters, we coach over 500 students now in Sales Igniters on their roles, obviously getting them placed, but also really heavily coaching them. And there's also the side of Sales Igniters with my business partners. I also have a side with my business partners where we actually come into different businesses, rebuild their sales and marketing side, help them grow. And on top of that, we are running these teams. So there's really no situation that I haven't run into. And I want to show you guys the shift that I found in the sales flow that actually took objections from a no to a yes. And I'm going to show you a live example of it, just so you can see that we're walking the talk. We're not just sitting here giving you free content, right? Yes, I've trained and worked with a ton of people, but also my vibe isn't the vibe for everyone. I want to bring to you the real facts of what I've seen actually work with my temperament, my vibe, what we've taught to other people that work, and see if you can go and apply this on your sales calls this week to actually get help. And more importantly, it's what has really, I've been through getting no's at the end and then overcoming objections and getting those no's still, to then actually getting consistent no's to yeses. And I can tell you the online world just makes it seem like this one magical word track is just going to take them from a no to a yes. And at the end of the day, that is the most false thing I've ever seen in my freaking life. It takes way more to actually get a no to a yes. And I'm going to break it down in 4 steps and show you guys a live example. And look, if you appreciate this kind of content, then take a quick moment to like and subscribe. It takes a second, but also now that I'm shifting Sales Igniters and sales content into YouTube, I'm going to be definitely giving away some very, very big free stuff that's actually going to help you succeed in your sales game, find better roles, etc. So the first part of really getting a no to a yes is it's not enough for them to be sold on the product. They have to be sold on you as a person, meaning they have to be looking at you as this motherfucker right here. He's the dude. I trust that if he's really pushing me for this specific product, that it's actually going to help me. And you'll know you've done this if you've ever gotten to the end of a sales call, you close someone and the person responded, hey, just so you know, like, the product sounds great. Everything sounds great. I think it's going to work for me, but I'm joining today because of you. Like, I really feel like you're genuine, you're authentic, you're an ethical person. And I've loved our conversation. And I'm doing this because of you. I trust you in the direction that you're putting me in. Where that feels amazing, because as sales guys, we like to change people's lives. But at the same time, it might even feel heavy sometimes too. You're like, fulfillment, you better fucking get results. Like, you better work hard with this guy. And it's an amazing feeling, right? And it's a heavy positive weight, I would say, on you. But they have to be sold on you as a person. And you can do that in a couple ways. The first thing, and this may sound very basic, but I see it all the time, is actually having charisma and conversation on the sales call. Meaning, you actually have to converse with these guys, right? It's different from being at coffee table, talking with an old-time friend and having that vibe than being in a courtroom. You know, you may diagnose the problem in a courtroom just like you would a coffee table, but you're going to do it in very different vibes. So come in and consult, come in like a doctor, right? And investigate what's going on in their situation, but do it in a way like your friend at a coffee table conversing. I've literally have watched sales calls where someone goes, you know, what are you, and they're in discovery, by the way, and they're like, well, what are you looking to do right now? Like, why are you doing this right now? It's like, yeah, I mean, you know, I had a family member pass like 2 months ago and they've always told me to do this and I feel like now's the time. And the sales rep will respond, got it. Okay, so what would you say is really stopping you right now? Like, what have you tried over the past 2 months? They don't even respond to what these guys said. But if it's a friend of yours, you're never going to do that. You're going to be like, what is going, like, I am so sorry to hear that. What were they telling you? Like, and are you doing okay? Because 2 months, like, that's not a very long time since someone passed. Are you doing all right? Like, I don't want to bring it up, but like, yeah, and they might start opening up and telling you about the situation. And then you're like, damn, man, like, everything in life is about the people that are around us. Relationships are the biggest thing in life. So it's cool. And how did this person actually tell you and lead you into doing this? Because that's just awesome to hear that you're doing it. Even for them, that's part of your motivation. You see, I'm getting into a real depth layered conversation with these guys. Closers are too quick to just move on, and they don't take the time to actually converse. The second part of this is push them away with pullbacks. They are the most powerful thing in a sales call, meaning if someone's switching a career, maybe you're selling a career opportunity change. Instead of going like, why do you want to do this? What are you excited about by transferring? Go, hey, you've been at your project management job for 15 years straight now. You've worked up different raises. Like, you know this. You know the industry in and out. And now you're looking to start all of that over and get into a whole different career op? Why? What's making you even want to go? Like, that's a lot of work to go through. Why would you even want to start that right now at this time in your life? When you start to really challenge people and you detach yourself from the sale and you put your attention on them and you really dig into what's going on, you'll find that they feel like, whoa, this dude's not actually trying to sell me. And because the rest of the terrible sales reps in the world are not doing this, you're going to build a lot more trust. So the second big tip here is to help them look at their situation, their objections. Now, because the first tip was in discovery. This is more in the objections area, is to help them look at things from different angles, is to help their limited beliefs come from different angles that's going to open them up. And you do this in the best way by asking questions. You never want to tell them things. Hey, the fact that you're trying to switch careers, it's actually a great opportunity for you to become more alive and try something new, right? Even if you said that, it's like, well, do you feel like switching this career could be an opportunity to try something new and to really live life a little more? Do you feel like that's what you're aiming for here, right? One is the other. Now, if you don't know, I had a life coaching business, and this was one of the biggest things they taught me when I got trained and started working with people is always ask questions that make them and help them realize different angles and paradigm shifts on their situation. Because if you can do that and you're doing it in a way that you really just want to help them find their yes or no, if this is right or not, you're going to sell a lot more people. And it's a very powerful thing to do. It's also why if you scroll through social media and you see ads, most of them start with a question, because a question makes you stop, think, and really go through something. So giving them info through a question is going to be way more powerful. Now, here's a live example of me doing this and totally stumping this closer, or technically this prospect who is also in sales. Check it out. At the end of the day, there's going to be a little risk regardless, risk either with us where, hey, I don't know what it looks like, but do I believe I'll put in the work and get the results, which I believe you will. There's also the risk on not taking the chance and continuing to kind of work these 70 hours and stay in corporate. And if you feel like you've been doing that long enough where the risk of change is worth it for a potential really good outcome, I can sit here and tell you all day long, like, trust me, this team is freaking amazing. Like, Delaney pays a lot of money for his fulfillment team to get good results. So, like, we got you, man. But I think it's really looking at what's more risk, continuing to do this corporate side and feeling the handcuffs, or taking a risk into a general path that's more way for you.
You're a really good person, you know that.
I just genuinely love helping people, man. Like, I really do.
Yeah. You're pretty good, dude. No, those are very good questions. I mean, that's really good. That's really something I need to think on, bro. Because that is a good point. I mean, if I go do this, I'm going to be back in the grind for another 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't take the job. That's it. That's a tough one. But like what you said makes perfect sense. Yeah, I mean, it's so on point, 100%. And I think it comes back to me where it's like, I look at that job that I'm interviewing for. It's what I've known. I know for a fact if I would be successful, and I could definitely hit like that 250K mark. But then I'm back to really grinding, like, yeah, for probably 2 or 3 years. And then I would have to leave my current job. Yeah, that's tough, man. That is tough, man.
I've been in my life and afraid of change, at least in my own experience, whenever I trying to find and listen to your gut and, seeing what the right is like. Of course I want to help you out, but I don't want to help you out if you don't. I wouldn't even be sitting with you this long if I didn't wanted this end would be successful at it. And I think I also resonate with you because of how much corporate's kept you stuck. Like it's kept me stuck in my life for a long time too, you know? And when you finally get out and live a life that you want, it's just insane feeling. And you have good money on top of it. So you're working 70 hours a week, bro. You should be making 400,000.
I know.
That's all I'm saying.
I know, dude. That is so true. That's why I'm only working like 20 hours a week right now. I mean, I basically threw the towel in at my current job because there's no way that I'm going to be able to even hit my number or make any money. So I'm just doing the bare minimum to get by.
Now, the huge thing about this was I don't always love when someone says you're a great sales rep, but for this situation, this guy was actually a sales rep. And even after he joined, he came back to me and was like, can you help me with sales? The funny thing is that when myself and my business partners come in to work with companies and we rebuild a sales process, I never just throw a closer in there. I actually go and validate it and test it myself. And this was one of those calls, depending on the time I'm recording this, pretty recent. So with that being said, it was really great to hear that. And he actually came back looking for sales coaching in his current job as he was switching over. This was a career opportunity one. And he actually came and asked me for sales help, who I studied with. And that's when I was able to tell him, hey, it's actually studied with a lot of great people, but this is what I do. It shows it really got him to think and ponder. So part 3 is to loosen the rubber band when it's about to break. So think of your prospect as you're overcoming objections. I've spent 30 plus minutes in objections to get them from a no to a yes. Some are 15 minutes, some are 20 minutes. There's no real time limit, right? But at some point, think of them like a rubber band. The more that you're going through objections, it's kind of expanding. And then at some point, you may find, maybe, that they're kind of starting to get a bit impatient. They're getting a bit aggravated. They're like, I don't think I can decide here. You know, and by the way, this is not pushy tactics. This is not just like, do it now. If you do it now, we're not offering you this discount, right? It's nothing like that. It's doing exactly what I showed you by asking good questions, but sometimes it'll get tight and you can feel the tense side of them. This is when we need to loosen that rubber band. So when you look at objections, I like to think of it as a list. Time, money, wife, husband, capability, nerves, investment, paradigm, and you go through all of those, you know, and you isolate them one by one. And I would recommend, highly recommend, do not isolate the objection in the ways that the online world teaches. Someone tells you it's a lot of money, and you go, hey, so if money wasn't the problem, you know, is everything in this program sound like it would get you to your end result that you're looking for? Like, please don't be a fucking nerd with this stuff, dude. Just be like, okay, money's the problem. I mean, do you even want to do this program? Do you want to do something like this? Or do you just literally not have any money? And just be straight with me. If this isn't for you, like, we'll just get off the phone here. Like, that's fine. But do you actually want to do something like this or no? That's how you isolate like a human being. It's ridiculous. Same with framing the call, but I won't get into framing the call because that's a whole nother diabolical topic I'll go down for God knows how long. So go through their traits, isolate them. But at some point, you're going to notice the rubber band's getting stiff. And this is where you need to call out things in discovery and loosen it. Remind them you're on their side of the ping pong table. And then you can go back into objections. And this is that sweet pocket where the close usually happens. So, for example, something might be like this. Hey, look, man, you know, to be honest with you, the reason I'm sitting here for a while with you now is I really do believe in you to succeed in this. And here's the thing. You've been in project management for 15 years. You said you feel like a robot, right? You have stacked up cash flow. You really want to do something like this. But I think more importantly, what stuck out to me is how this isn't solving what you want to do for your family. You feel like it's just never going to be that support for your family like you want. You've been in it 15 years and you're making $150K. And you're a great person. You have skill, you have talent. Man, I've loved this conversation. So the reason I'm here with you is because I really genuinely want to help you. And the truth is, if you don't feel like this is for you, like, let's get off this call. Like, there's no reason for us to stay on together and continue to have these moments with each other and talk through these, you know, objections, because I don't want to sit here and overcome objections. I want to help you if this is right for you. That's why I'm asking you these things, man. So tell me, like, at the end of the day, just be straight with me. Do you feel like you're just a bit nervous? You're, you know, just investing in yourself? Like, what is it really, down to the bottom line, that's really holding you back or stumping you right now so I can help you out, right? That's a way to lower and untense that rubber band, bring them back centered, and then start overcoming objections again. And you'll find a lot of times that sweet spot will hit it. They'll go, I'm just nervous. And this is where you can help, like tip number 2, let them look at things on different angles. Like you saw in the video, it's like, well, you're nervous on one path for doing something new, but do you feel like you're also nervous staying on the same path? Like you're never going to support your family again, like long term. So there's nerves on both paths, right? So this is where you can start to show them the 2 paths and really work with them. But you'll find after you loosen the rubber band, help overcome that one big objection, the one main thing that's stopping them, link it to their number one goal. What do they want more than time and money? In this circumstance, it's being the father, for example, let's just say, that supports and take care of their family and is that father figure. Once you do that, you're going to find this sweet spot to give them a closing one-liner, which is, are you ready to rock and roll here now? Let's do this, man. Our team is great. We're ready to go. You ready to rock and roll and do this? That's when you pull them in. Because part of overcoming objections is knowing where that pocket is to pull them in. It might happen one time, it may happen 3 times during objections, but you need to get good at your gut. Your gut will feel it. Listening to your gut, this is the time to pull them in and fucking jump on it and pull them in. And technically that's like another trait is using those one-liners, another tip. But my last tip here is also just to be a human being and know when it is time to set a follow-up. Stop letting your ego come in and snap the rubber band. Just know when it's time, hey, I've done a lot with them, right? I've overcame, I've challenged them, I gave them empathy and good energy. I think this is going to be a follow-up sale. Set the follow-up, say, hey man, you know what? I have some more info to send you. Let's go send that over. Let's set up a call tomorrow. Are you going to be able to look at that stuff over tonight? Set that follow-up tomorrow and you'll get the close. This happened in a circumstance where I was training up a sales rep, so I was shadowing him on calls and he completely like closed up during objections. And I was overcoming. We were trying all these different methods to get him in. It was just the finances, literally. He had this big check coming in, which I always look at a spectrum. Is it a smoke screen or is it killing the lead, right? And you want to find that middle. Challenge the smoke screen, but don't kill the lead. So after going through, I realized it was real. At one point, he said, my wife isn't working, but she has great credit for the financing. But again, she's not working. She has no income to report, right? And part of me was in that moment was like, hey, well, let's just try. But at that point, I knew this is a follow-up sale. So we closed off, we set the follow-up, and he closed within 2 weeks after he got that big check. It was like a $25K check. He got that check, paid $9.8K in full because I knew it was. Now, yeah, we nurtured him over 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 days, send him a testimonial, send him a Loom video, do these different things, right, to keep him hot. But that was a big thing. So that's it, guys. That is everything that you need to really get a no to a yes. And it comes down to they have to be sold on you, ask them questions, make them look at different angles, but never tell them, making sure to loosen the rubber band and get on their side of the table so they'll actually be open and honest with you. And if they're sold on you with this combination, that's huge. And set the follow-up if you actually need it. And a bonus tip is use that one-liner when your gut feels it. So guys, if you like this content, go and apply this. But I would like to know partly I'd like to know what weird objections, because I've gotten some weird objections, have you gotten from sales calls? Like put that in the comments below. And the other thing is I'd love to know what's your biggest challenge with overcoming objections? And I will reply to all of them, try to reply to all of them and really kind of help you out. Because that's what I want to do with this YouTube content. It's just genuinely very much help everybody out. So again, this is Jonathan Gilardi. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.